Hey friends, what's going on? Welcome back to Football Therapy. I've just finished watching the Iran-Wales match. Very, very exciting. High-octane excitement towards the end there. 2 late goals. It does look like Wales won't make it. Condolences to all the Welsh people out there. But as someone who hasn't got a horse in that race, I thought it was very exciting. Welcome back to Chelsea News, of course, the daily series here on the channel where I tell you or reflect on what's been said about Chelsea in the headlines, or indeed in this video's case, Chelsea itself, giving you my opinion on it, more importantly asking for yours. Trevor Chalobah has signed a new long-term contract confirmed by the club, and Chelsea are going to play a football match in like a couple of weeks' time, on the 11th of December. And that's really quite exciting because lots of players might be back from injury. A lot of good players haven't gone to the World Cup. Important players for Chelsea, actually. We'll talk about that. And we're going to play Aston Villa. Aston Villa, who's bloody coached by Unai Emery. What a test. What an interesting situation. Thank you for joining me. Like, subscribe, and all that things. Thank you for your interactions. I do like going into the comments, reading what you have to say, and I do appreciate everyone liking the video. Yeah, man. Let's get into today's content. All right, well, let's start off with Trevor Chalobah. Now, Trevor Chalobah playing a lot recently, of course. Wesley Fofana injured, turned to yet again by a Chelsea manager with Graham Potter. Of course, he's got 2 contract extensions in 2 years. That's an interesting one. Of course, he came back on from loan, and Thomas Tuchel had a good look at him in pre-season, played him for the Super Cup, and then he ended up signing an extension. But so I understood why he signed a new contract when Tuchel brought him in. I mean, I've got no problem with him signing a new one now, because I guess he's even more important now than he was back then. But he was like a loanee at Lille. Was he at Lille? No, Lorient. And it didn't look like he was going to make it in the Chelsea team. Tuchel looked at him pre-season and went, yeah, all right. A little bit like Victor Moses vibed. And because he started the season and played a few games as like a near starter, we're like, all right, let's give you a Chelsea first team contract. Boom, he signed a contract. And then the following year, maybe they're like, well, this guy actually plays more than we thought he would. Sign another contract. Let's quickly read what Chelsea is saying. Trevor Chalobah has signed a contract extension at Chelsea. The defender, who joined the club at the age of 9, has progressed through the ranks and become a regular in the senior side and is now committed to the Blues until at least June 2028, with the club option to extend till 2029. Wow, man, it's like a 6+1 deal, I guess, right? Oh, well, nearly. It's like 5.5 plus 1. See, this is Chelsea really wanting to sign players on long-term contracts. And maybe, I imagine they've given him a little bit of a pay rise, but they're probably not paying him Galactico wages. And Chelsea will see like an option here from a business perspective. Ooh, a player that plays a lot, that we can lock down for a long, long time. And maybe we're paying him like 100k a week. You know, not this 250, 300k that Reece James gets. You know, Reece James is a superstar, but do you know what I mean? There's probably a good opportunity here for the club. Maybe he has those incentive-based, targets in his contract that we keep talking about. So, he has the opportunity to earn more. Look, I'm sure he's on great money, but the point being, this probably does make a lot of sense from Chelsea's perspective. So it goes on, a Cobham graduate who followed his older brother Nathaniel is becoming a professional footballer. Chalobah has made 13 appearances so far this season, which is quite a lot considering already. He was involved in back-to-back Champions League clean sheet wins against Milan, of course, in the autumn, as we recovered from a difficult start in Europe to finish top of the group. Indeed, one of the few positives in this transitional period, he has featured predominantly as a right-sided or central defender in a back three under Graham Potter. But we know Trevor can play central defensive midfield. The 23-year-old, he's only 23, wow. His senior career exploded into life after a good performance in Crystal Palace, his first performance at Stamford Bridge, falling to his knees with that goal that he scored, of course. And then, Tuchel brought him in, and he ended the last campaign with 30 appearances. See, that's not like starting 11 player, that's a squad player, but they're looking at that and maybe a few more and thinking, yeah, this guy this guy needs, a new contract. So Todd Boehly and Bali said this, quote, "We're delighted that Trevor will be extending his stay with us. He's been with us since childhood and has grown to be an exceptional young player. He's an important part of our men's team, and we're excited to see what's next." There's some quotes from Trevor Chalobah as well. Let me know what you think. I'm very pleased about this. Look, Trevor Chalobah, Wesley Fofana, Levi Colwill, these young players are the future of the Chelsea defence. It does look like we'll want to bring in another maybe elite sort of, I suppose, Thiago Silva replacement. Of course, we've got Koulibaly, but it's good to have a decent selection of defenders, and seemingly we've got that. Comment down below and let's move on. So you thought you had a break from Chelsea, yay? You thought you could just enjoy these World Cup games like Iran versus Wales and sit back, relax and not stress. Well, you can still not stress because this is only a friendly. But of course, Chelsea are planning on doing some warm weather training, and they're going to play... They're going to play Aston Villa. Let's talk about this and talk about the players that could feature and why this is important. So again, quoting from Chelsea, "Blues fans will not have to wait as long as maybe anticipated to watch our players in Chelsea action again. With the news of an all-Premier League friendly to be played during the World Cup, which would be streamed live on our channels." So this is not behind closed doors. This is a game you can watch. The club world champions, that's Chelsea, are returning to the scene of our coronation earlier this year, so it's in Abu Dhabi, where the addition to warm weather training, we will be taking on Aston Villa in a match for the CBF Al Wada Challenge Cup. Al Wada Challenge Cup, you'll never sing that. The date for this desert oasis of club footballing next month, it's on the 11th of December, so it's 10 past 2 p.m. on UK time. 10 past 6 at local time in Abu Dhabi. So the 11th, which is like pretty much 2 weeks away, Chelsea will play a good Aston Villa. They'll have some players away for international duty, nowhere near as many as Chelsea. And of course, they've got a really good manager in Unai Emery. Without players who are not involved with the World Cup taking on the side to Villa, under new manager Unai Emery, we are pleased to confirm the official Chelsea website and the fifth stand app will be showing 90 minutes. Will be showing the game essentially. I wonder if they'll charge for it. I can't imagine they will. Not over the World Cup. It would be good if it was free. Also, keep an eye on so there'll be a training activity with Potter and stuff, etc., etc. Look, this is great, man, because players that should be back... Okay, I might not be correct with all of these, but these are some players that we could see feature in that game against good opposition in warm weather training after a bunch of training pitch sessions with our coach, Graham Potter, and his staff. Hopefully, Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal. You could have Trevor Chalobah and Wesley Fofana as a centre-back partnership. You could have Reece James at right back, possibly Ben Chilwell at left back. This is sounding like a Chelsea first team. I don't think N'Golo Kante will be back fit there, yeah? But you've got the likes for midfield. You've got Jorginho, who's, not the World Cup. You've got Ruben Loftus-Cheek. You've got, Carney Chukwuemeka. You can play 2/8s in either side of Jorginho. And a front three, you could have Aubameyang, Amari Hutchison, and somebody else. That's exciting, eh? But these are good players that we want to see featuring. Do you know what I mean? That we want to see featuring and being coached and given a chance and being reintegrated back into the side. Really, really good players. I feel like this is great news, personally. I know loads of you guys, understandably, were like, we don't want to watch Chelsea right now, we want to watch the World Cup. Sure, but, after warm weather training, seeing a club side play, a little tester against decent opposition, I think this would actually be a really welcome challenge, especially to see, the aforementioned players like Reece James, all these, Kepa, Fofana. I love Fofana. And Carney Chukwuemeka, Amari Hutchison, that's like a proper, I would be very, very happy to see that. So let me know what you think. I'm not going to do a long video today. I just wanted to react to that news because I think it's interesting and it's quite exciting. Comment down below how you feel about that news, how you think the game would go. Talk about Trevor Chalobah, etc., etc. And yeah, man, keep it locked to this channel. I look forward to seeing you guys very soon. Bellissimo, etc.